Right guys, thanks for looking into the YouTube channel. This is my first video. Hopefully it's going to be quite a good one for those that are interested in the sort of thing I'm trying to explain. Basically, I've set up the YouTube channel. This is my very first one, so I've set it all up for people to have a look at. There's a lot of design oriented things on here. There's a lot of new ideas for people to try. Times are quite hard at the moment and quite challenging for people, especially myself, and I found that over the last few years have got increasingly worse. There's a lot of things on here that you might find interesting. Obviously you can listen to them if you want to, you can do similar things as to what I do in my everyday life, but it's just something that I thought I needed to share with people. But also I've got the channel up and running now. And hopefully it'll be the first of many videos just to enlighten people about what you can achieve in life, in terms of sort of like saving some money and making your life a little bit better really for less cost. So this video I'm actually going to focus on a laser cutter and how to set one up. You can do it quite cheaply. I paid 250 quid for mine. Obviously the little ancillaries that you've got to have with it as well. You've got to have the software, you've got to have the design knowledge. But sometimes you can download DXF files for stuff that you're trying to make. But this time I'm going to show you, just run through a few of the basics to start you off on that path. And also just as a quick note, you can achieve anything. So hopefully this will give you all an insight into what you can cut on a laser cutter and make for your house and for your household environment. So there should be a few little tips and tricks on this video. So yeah, if you don't want to watch, that's fine, turn it off. But bear with me because it's my first video I've done, and hopefully I can reach quite a big audience. Right, well as you can see I'm in my shed now. I've got my laptop out, got my laser cutter out. I've also got a big box next to it that looks like a big cooler. It is actually a cooling fridge. And what I've done, I've put a cooling system in there because the CO2 laser requires coolant, otherwise you'll absolutely knacker it, for want of a better word. You've got to keep it above and below a certain temperature. An optimum temperature is roughly about 12 to 13 degrees centigrade, Celsius. So to keep it running efficiently, you've got to keep it quite cool. And we've had some really shitty temperatures like -12 over the last few weeks. I've not been able to use it, but the coolant that's in there is actually like a -15 coolant from Halfords, so it just about did the job. The problem is if you don't put coolant in it and you run the laser tube without the adequate heating or coolant, then it'll crack the tube and basically it's goodbye, because the tube are roughly about 150 to 200 quid for this machine, and the machine only cost me 250 to 260, so it's hardly worth doing it. So you've got to look after your stuff, you really have. As you can see, the laser's putting out some acrylic. It's put it out really well. I put a piece of cardboard underneath it. I'll go into that in a little bit more detail as to why I've done that. See in another video. It does help with cooling, but it's a really good little tip to do. And I do keep a little supply of these so I can use them as sacrificial boards. Right, so this is the bit now where I'm just going to describe to you a little bracket that I made as well for the laser. It's really handy. It's made out of 2mm plastic, and basically what it does, I had to buy a fan for it because I wouldn't be able to use it in conjunction with wood. Basically just it caught fire, so I couldn't really use it. So the next clip's just showing the fan in action. You can see there's a bit of flame coming up through the UV protected shield. I'm going to take it up now and you'll actually see it's starting to spark a little bit, but most of the fumes are going straight through the extractor, so you can't smell anything, it's going straight outside. So in short, really handy bracket, and I think it was a great job. Right, so I'm just going to rub my little scribble off the whiteboard now and show you a diagram drawn by hand of what components actually you'll need to go into this. You can see I've taken my daughter's crayons and she's showing some interest there. But basically, I'm going to draw the laser cutter first in situ as it is on the desk, where I've got it laid out in my shed. Then I'm going to draw next to it. I'm going to put the cooling unit just to show you it's a separate unit. Obviously, it's going to have pipes that go in and pipes that go out. These pipes go into the back of the machine, the lathe machine itself, and they go in and out of the cooler. And there's an actual pump inside the cooler itself. The cooler's plugged in. You've got an extractor fan on the back, which goes out a window. And then obviously you've got these pump sections inside the cooler, which I'll go through in a minute. 240 volts in to the laser. I'm just going to start by showing you a little tank as well. It's a stainless steel tank. It's got a little pump inside it. It's watertight. Obviously, to stop water running in the pump, and you've got an in and an out. So this is like the simplest way I can show you of the components around the system and the things that you require to run a laser cutter. Obviously, a lot of these things that I didn't realise when I bought the machine that I'd need a cooler. I knew I'd want water circulation, but I didn't realise that I'd have to have antifreeze. And in hot temperatures, if the temperature of the laser goes below, sort of above 25 degrees, it's getting hot really. The optimum temperature is a lot lower than that to run it. It's a K40 laser. Again, I'm not trying to advertise a laser, but I think it's a great laser to do the job that you need to do. It'll comfortably cut 5mm acrylic, and it'll cut 3mm plywood. It does quite a few good things actually. I'm really pleased to have it. So yeah, it's a great addition to the toolkit. So now you've seen how the laser cutter's set up. I've now got a few images of stuff that I've made. Not a lot of it's useful, but some of it's quite interesting. It's useful to certain people. Obviously, I can think of other things that can be more useful as time goes by, but these are the things I've made up to date. So it's just something I thought I'd share with you first, just to see what the capabilities are and show you what they are. So there it goes.